we're actually responsible for creating the government cost estimate position. So before it goes out for source selection, we're the one that are putting the estimates together that actually go in the budget. So if a vendor estimate comes in my case, it usually only gets accepted if it's below what we've estimated, and then the should cost rules kick in, which the PMO signs up that this should cost less than the budget, and then their budget gets reduced by that amount. So because we're doing the agency cost position, we're providing the ceiling to the cost. If the program office finds out after they've gone through source collection and get better information from the contractor, then they can drop the estimate down, but they can't increase it. So my position has to be conservative from that perspective. We're one of the few groups in the government that actually do independent sizing as part of the independent estimates. A lot of other places, as part of their cost analysis requirements document, will take the code estimates in the estimates as on face value. We don't do that. We do our own sizing, which is why the automated function point actuals downstream are more critical to us, because we're actually quantifying what the relationship between our function points and lines of code are. We're pertinent. It's not always pertinent where I have COTS, but we have our own models about how much code by function point type that you have to write in order to meet the user requirement. So that's critical to us. Counting them manually on delivered product is very, very time consuming. It's a lot easier to do it up front where you've got several hundred requirements which are going to end up generating, say, 600,000 lines of code. But if you have to go back and go through all the screens and reports, that's a very time-consuming activity. And typically, because we got a 1 or 2 person shop, we don't have the bandwidth to pull that off. It's too expensive, plus we don't always have access to the material to do that. Typically, we would do a line of code count on delivered software, but that's become more complicated because now I've got free and open source software, I've got COTS products, I've got government delivered software which provides some of the functionality, and I can't always tell what technology has been used or what source of technology has been used to provide this functionality. We want to demonstrate that we contract for something, it gets delivered, and we want to be able to measure productivity and determine what value for the dollar we're achieving, and then hopefully show over time that we're getting more productive and that we can provide more capability to the warfighter downstream.